This is intolerable. Whatever their names are, I don't care. You know I'm not on either side. What bothers me is that someone, because of their lack of motivation, their lack of consistency, because of mistakes that could easily be corrected on the field, messes things up for Madrid. And yesterday, at a very specific moment, the team needed their commitment on defense and they didn't have it because they were waiting for a rebound to start running because they don't know how to defend, whatever the reason. Some might argue forwards don't need to defend, excuse me. At another moment, after what happened in the 85th minute with the extremely unfair sending off of Camavinga, and this in the 88th minute, knowing we were going to have 5 more terrible minutes. Whatever the referee adds, what you have to do there as a team also depends on the coach. I don't know how much time they had to tell them or for the captain to pass that message from the coach to these guys on the field. Because Arbeloa had already said in press conferences, you have to give 200%, and I told my players to give 200% because if not, we won't achieve anything in the league or in the Champions League. We're going to lose these matches because we're good, but here you have to give everything. The message was sent, but his players aren't listening. I don't know what Arbeloa would say now if we asked him about this specific situation. I doubt he'd repeat himself by saying his forwards must attack and be good at it. That's for other times. In this moment, they needed to defend. What can't happen is that they were there, and in the end, out of the two who were asking for the ball, who were at the edge of the box, neither of them scored the goal. It was Luis Diaz who scored, the one who did the 1-2 with Musiala. It was clear that with Camavinga being sent off with an unfair red card, they were going to try to shoot from the edge of the box in situations where Camavinga would usually come out to block. When a player gets sent off, it's about everyone working together to make up for that player's efforts. And whoever doesn't understand that, and I highly doubt that Arbeloa didn't tell them, and I highly doubt that the captain didn't tell them either, and if neither of them said it, that's definitely not good. If you don't understand that, you don't know how to play football. You might be very good, but you don't know how to play football. You don't understand anything. And we're at a very important turning point now as a club to know where we're going and what's happening here. We need to hire a new coach or keep Arbeloa. Given what we've seen, honestly, it wouldn't be such a bad option either. Just so you see, a great injustice was done to Xabi Alonso, but I have nothing against Arbeloa. In fact, he's done interesting things within Real Madrid, but honestly, this man couldn't have done more work with the little time he's had. He said this in a press conference. I would like my team to reflect my style, but I haven't had the time. He used different words, but meant the same thing, right? So yes, absolutely a turning point. This summer, they have to bring in new people. Things have to change there, especially at the club level in terms of philosophy and knowing where we're going. And to send the message that here, the coach is in charge, and if there's any act of insubordination toward the coach, that player is out, no matter what their name is. Here, everyone absolutely has to pull together. What happened this year can't happen again in the coming years, because if it does, we'll just keep ending up in the same situation. Vinicius and Mbappé will keep scoring goals because they're both really good. That whole thing about them understanding each other from time to time, they're going to keep grabbing the headlines and the pictures and all that. Yes, they're with the Madrid crest. But their goals and their stuff, their assists and their beautiful goals, but collectively it's clear that the end of the road isn't good because we've had the same thing for 2 years now. If you keep doing things the same way, you'll get the same results. And this can't go on. This, I insist, shows a lack of understanding of soccer. The clip, wait a moment, is this one. Look, okay? Look at what one does and what the other does. Really? Well, here he had already done the 1-2, right? With Musiala, Luis Diaz. Vinicius and Mbappé don't move. They don't understand anything. Vinicius, look at Leimer here. Don't think he's going to block a guy who, from there, Luis Diaz could have seen him perfectly. Luis Diaz. Let's see if this moves for me, damn it. Come on. Diaz. Here it's true that he didn't have a passing lane, only to Musiala. But Musiala's movement, the 1-2 with Luis Diaz. If Luis Diaz can't shoot because he's blocked, he has the option of, this was Kimmich, right? the option of Kimmich and the option of Lemar. Vinicius doesn't understand anything. He knows a lot about attacking, although less this year. And Mbappé doesn't either. And now let's look at those examples. But if you don't see that this guy is a potential threat, or your coach doesn't explain it to you, knowing that you're a man down because one of your players just got sent off, you don't understand anything. Now I'll talk about Mbappé. The same with Mbappé, damn it. Same thing with Mbappé. One should be with Kimmich, the other should be with Lemar. Because when Luis Diaz shoots, look here, if there had been a rebound or something, Lemar would have gotten the ball. He might even have been alone. You don't block the guy going down the right who's an option at the edge of the box or for a rebound. And Mbappé doesn't even show up here anymore. Well, after this, the images, like the little stars they think they are, it's really unbelievable. Mbappé says no. Mbappé says no. He says no and blames someone here. Wait a moment. I'm lowering the volume. He says no and says, come on, who? Who? Well, I guess it was the referee's decision to send one of our guys off. It's already been 3 minutes since that happened. You have to move on a little now. And you have to try what we said before, right? Make up for the missing player with the rest of your teammates. Vinicius starts clapping. Some Barcelona fans have said that to play defense for Madrid, you have to be dumb, right? Like those from Narnia. Obviously, he's clapping for the referee's decision to send off Camavinga. They're on the same page. They don't understand anything. They don't understand what the team needs. What am I getting at with this? They are essentially individualistic footballers. Sorry, but that's how it is. They are very good. Vinicius has given us 2 Champions Leagues, yes, but there was something else on the field. There were 2 guys whose combined intelligence was on another level in terms of football intelligence, Kroos and Modric. It was just something else. Actually, when Vinicius shined the most, by the way, he had Benzema by his side. The squad has changed now. And these guys think about themselves first and then about themselves again. Both of them, both of them. It's unacceptable. I'm sorry. I'll probably lose subscribers anyway. I don't care. When I see this, I think if they had just done their job better on offense yesterday, we'll discuss that now. And they helped the team in moments when Madrid is having a really tough time. They would have made it through the knockout round. Others made mistakes too. What disappointed me was what they did. All right, fine. But man, it's just that, of course, you guys are stars, right? So for better or worse, they're the stars of Madrid, man. I mean, I've seen this image of this play, this one by Vini. No, very good Vini here, getting to the end line and crossing. No, sorry, Mbappé. I recall other plays where Vini excels at this since it's his job. Mbappé takes off, reaches the end line brilliantly. Pay attention here. We're saying there are 2 clear mistakes here. Vinicius skying the shot. The ball was a little behind him. Look, the ball was a little behind him here, huh? It was a little behind. And it's difficult. This isn't your strong foot. If it goes slightly behind you, I get the mistake more from this view than the other. The ball wasn't going to Vinicius. The ball was going to Bellingham. Same. There isn't. Offensively, remember when Ancelotti wanted to bring someone from England but couldn't due to a work permit? It was to organize the attack. We saw how Madrid attacked last year. Mbappé shifts left into Vinicius' area, just like with Bellingham. They're a mess here. Here, they either don't talk or don't understand each other. Yes, he scored goals for Madrid too, but of course, you were up against Bayern. Lately, you can't even beat Girona, Osasuna, or Mallorca. I mean, it's not a matter of, against others, yes, but not against Bayern. No, it's not even against other teams. They attack poorly and without much intelligence, often occupying spaces and getting in each other's way. I don't know, man, seriously. I was going to show you something else here, but no, it was, yes, another one, and I think this is the last one. This one, Mbappé starts a counterattack. Minute 18, first half. Bayern had already equalized. He starts a counterattack and does really well to get out of there. Look at the pass he has for Vinicius. To gain ground with the pass. To give it to another guy who runs a lot. Well, Mbappe decides here not to pass it, to cut back again, because it was already very difficult to pass it there. Because Upamecano, I think, was already moving towards Vinicius's area, and a pass there risked being intercepted, right? And then he slows down the play, and that's it. Anyway, I'll show you where the ball ends up, right here with Valverde. By the way, that's another thing about Valverde. There are just so many things. Valverde here in the center, why? Because he couldn't be on the right. Camavinga wasn't an option from the start, and he has a tremendous lack of positional discipline that makes Arbeloa. There are a lot of people criticizing Arbeloa for putting Camavinga in at the end of the match, and I say no, don't blame Arbeloa for that. There was simply no one else, damn it. You have to play Camavinga. I understand that Arbeloa wanted to put Camavinga in at the end of the match, just like Ancelotti did when Ancelotti thought Camavinga was very good. The first year we won our 14th title because he thought that over time Camavinga would evolve. From a positional point of view, he knew he was very young and knew that as an impact substitute he was very good. Well, Arbeloa came to the same conclusion. This guy is a disaster positionally, but at the end of the game, he's going to give the team a lot of energy. He's going to win duels and so on. Camavinga came in, won duels, blocked Vale's dangerous plays, and then with him and the referee together, everything just fell apart, right? Since you don't trust Camavinga and the squad is poorly built, they thought a defensive midfielder wasn't necessary. And you don't have Tchouaméni because he gets an unfair yellow card, by the way, at the Bernabeu. It's just that, of course, everything gets mixed up here with the refereeing issue. In one match, you lacked Tchouaméni and a replacement and didn't trust your available substitute, so you had to use Valverde as a defensive midfielder instead of on the right, where he'd be more effective. Everything is really badly managed from the top, really badly managed. So yesterday they robbed us, yes, because of the second yellow card. Unbelievable, right? Camavinga. But this whole chain, this whole sequence of things, this was always going to be the outcome. And maybe if Bayern hadn't been eliminated, PSG wouldn't have been eliminated in the semifinals because everything is badly managed. Starting with the example of that situation where the team needed their two men up front, or at least one of them, damn it, to help out in defense. And both of them are just there doing nothing, man, not helping in defense. Just standing there like, it looks like I'm close, right? No. You don't know how football works. You're a very good footballer. Who used to make that difference? I think it was Johan Cruyff. Sorry for mentioning Johan Cruyff, but I think he used to say that one thing is to play football well, and another thing is to be a good footballer. Thank you. And here, both of them are very good, but they don't know how to play as part of a team. That's how it is. They lose the ball in ridiculous ways. In many cases, they aren't positioned properly. They don't know what they want. They don't know what the team needs defensively when it's required. And then there's the awkward position the coach is in. He has to speak well of them. But Arbeloa knows all this better than you, me, and all of us. He knows it perfectly well. But of course, he has to deal with a board that wants to see both of them there, that wants to see that you as a coach don't sideline them. Because he knows, and Arbeloa knows it perfectly well, even though he's a clubman. He saw it happen to Xabi Alonso. He knows that if there's any kind of problem between you as the coach and a star player, the club is going to side with the star. Everything done wrong. I'm sorry. I just can't help it. I'm very pessimistic if things don't change this summer, if they don't start changing right now. I'm pessimistic. For example, I'm not trying to get too philosophical about club structure or anything. No. Using concrete examples from yesterday's game, 34 plays and situations from a very good game from Madrid, by the way, even better than we expected, but with those details that kill you. And taking it to a general level to what's happening in the club. Anyway, well, thanks for being there. See you in the next one. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. And that's it. See you later. Bye.